Dad's Gone Bad Gaming. Like and subscribe.
Good evening and welcome to S-Class Hunter. Tonight we're coming to you from Eissentam, the 10th galaxy in No Man's Sky. Tonight I set my sights on exploring the Eissentam Galactic Core for its hidden S-Class freighters, organic frigates, Sentinel Interceptors, and other unique features in this Valhalla-like galaxy of lush tropical Earth-like planets. I begin by returning to my portal base in Eissentam. So I go ahead and I fire up the portal and I enter in the sunrise hack code to get me as close to the Galactic Core as I can, without having to know the specific coordinates for any given planet or any given star system. Oh my, we have arrived in a minefield of message beacons. Oh my goodness. What have we got here? Aussie Mall, because everything is doing it. Oh my god. Oh, this is funny. So this is in Eissentam, and this is where you will go if you enter in the Sunrise hack code to get to the Galactic Core, which leaves you at about 5,000 light years away from the Galactic Core, but that's pretty doable. There's all kind of messages here, and most of them seem fairly recent. 23, Turkish pilot, something. Anyway, hey everybody, safe travels. Wow, so a whole bunch of people have been out here already. Weren't very many bases right around there. There were a few, but not too many. So I'm assuming the people just kind of came here and then took off out into the galaxy. Alright, so we get up into space and look at our star map here. Switch everything over so you can see the conflict system. Switch the filter to conflict. And what we're really looking for is the high conflict systems. But first of all, I just wanted to find any pirate system here so that I could set my 4th restore point, because I know that I've already made the jumps and waited 3 hours to begin the pirate freighter attack, which I'm going to begin here as I look for, again, Dissonant Pirate Systems. If I can't find those, I will take Dissonant 3-star economy, 3-star conflict systems, or just straight up pirate systems. Our first pirate system brings us a battleship-class Sentinel freighter. It's a medium-sized one with 5 midsection segments. We take a look at it. Here are the coordinates for it. And this one is a C-class, 33 cargo slots, 20 tech slots. Finding pirate dissonant systems is not an easy task. Again, I settle for a pirate system and I go ahead and get the freighter pirate attack going so I can see what the system has to offer. It's a Resurgent class Star Destroyer. It's the largest with the 6 indentations per side. It's a wonderful ship. Here are the coordinates for it. And it is a C-class, 3319. There you go, folks. Still looking for a pirate dissonant system. We now have a dissonant lawless system. We'll have to do for now. Let's take a look at what we can find. Rolling into town, it's an Imperial class Star Destroyer. That is the medium-sized with 4 indentations per side. Here's a look at it from above. There's the coordinates for it. And the survey says this is a B class with 29 cargo slots and 16 tech slots. Next up, we have Hyuxin Yub, our first dissonant pirate system. This is a tier 2 freighter because it has 1 extra cargo pod underneath. And here we have a Sentinel style freighter, much like the Interceptor update, with 3 midsection segments. Here's the coordinates for the Sentinel freighter. And the survey says it is S-Class 2513. Alright. So in the core of Eissentam, it only took us 3 jumps to be able to find an S-Class freighter triggered off of a pirate freighter attack. Cool. So I'm going to set up shop and go S-Class hunting in Hyuxin Yub 18. Couldn't help but noticing these strange space jellyfish just flying around the asteroid field. They're very, very cool. The system also had black, white, and red frigates, which I thought was just amazing. Black market starbases are illegal tech and nanite farms, basically. Well, then I fire off an anomaly detector, and my god, whale song, first ping. How about that? The Lonely Mayas. Mayas? Very cool. He is a flippered Fing-Fang mono-leviathan with Palpus. Really cool one too. So we fly back to the freighter, land there, and then we're going to go ahead after we set our restore point and get back down to the planet and start looking for the Sentinel fun. Here we go. So we have a Dreadnought AI fragment which we use to detect the dissonant spikes. The dissonant spikes mark the locations for the crashed interceptors. So at the result of the AI fragment scan, I find this guy right here who is a C-class Hope, and so I take the stuff out of his inventory And I'm going to have to go find those things or whatever to use those to craft a new brain so that I can pilot this ship. So I need a radiant shard and 3 radiant shards, inverted mirror, and a harmonic brain. So I already have a haline brain, so I know that I can use that. But here I have to go and actually physically resource, which is shooting the radiant shards here, or I should say mining the radiant shards here on the planet. Next task, we have to hunt the Sentinel resonators for the inverted mirror. Okay, what that is, these are these Sentinel drones. They stomp around on 4 feet, and they have these like sail-like purple shards hanging out of them. You can see it right here, coming right out of the top. If you go in nice and slow, you can shoot them from your spaceship, which is what I like to do. Now, occasionally, when you shoot these guys, they will spawn an echolocator, which is used to scan for Sentinel encampments. That's where you get the Sentinel Multitools, which is very cool. But as we were flying away, we came across this massive spaceport. Look at that. Very cool. All right, but we still need to keep hunting around because we have to still find an inverted mirror. And that comes from this guy right here. So just as I said, you come in nice and slow. The Sentinel Interceptors are very good at basically hovering. Which is fantastic if you want to destroy these guys, which we did. And again, the main thing that we're looking for is the inverted mirror. Hopefully this guy will spawn it. There it is. Bang. Next, we go into our inventory and use the Hylian brain to probe subconsciousness, which executes a scan to find a monolith where you could take the Hylian brain and have it converted into a harmonic brain, which is what we're doing here. So we come flying in with the switchblade, go right up to the temple, monolith if you will. There's no tricky questions, no such thing. You just have to make sure you have that brain with you, present it, and you get the harmonic brain in return, which is just wonderful. So I return to the crash site, and I install the harmonic brain and claim the ship, and here are the coordinates for that ship. So then I fly the ship back to my freighter, adding it to my fleet of ships, and get my butt back down to the planet, where I use an echolocator to find a Sentinel encampment. Sentinel encampments are where you can find the Sentinel Multitool, as well as the coordinates for a Sentinel Interceptor that has crashed. Now here's a note. There are many of these crashed Sentinel Interceptors all over the planet, and they vary in class. And sometimes it could take a great deal of time to go through this process multiple times to find the S-Class Sentinel Interceptor. And it's not guaranteed that the planet will even have an S-Class. So here we have a Sentinel Rifle. And it is C-Class, the Herald of Matter. So let's take a look at S-Class Hunter's S-Class file on Hyuxin Yub 18, a Dissonant Pirate System in the Eissentam Galactic Core. Euclid Outer Rim took 14 jumps, Euclid Core 10 jumps, and Eissentam Core 3 jumps to find a Dissonant Pirate Star System with an S-Class Tier 2 Sentinel Freighter, 25 and 13. And I don't know, did anybody notice those little glowy, floaty, spinny things out there in the beginning of the video? What are those? First time I've ever seen these little guys before. Cool. Also the first system I've seen really interesting colored frigates like this one. Black market space stations offer very dubious opportunities for nanites and tech. Also in the system, the Lonely Mias, which is B-Class but can be raised all the way up to S-Class with use in your frigate fleet missions. The C-Class Sentinel Rifle can be upgraded to S-Class through spending lots of nanites at the upgrade station and space stations. And the Interceptor can be upgraded either by finding an S-Class or by spending lots of nanites at the Starbase Starship Upgrade Station. And here are the planetary coordinates down in the lower left-hand corner, and remember we're in the Eissentam Galaxy. I hope you're all having a fantastic evening, and thank you for joining me on this episode of S-Class Hunter. This is Commodore Paula Nodwidge signing off.
Dad's Gone Bad Gaming. Like and subscribe.